Hey, what's up guys, Riff here. So today we're going to be going over a certified gamer moment where a Counter-Strike clip went viral on Twitter for all of the reasons I'm sure the original poster wasn't hoping for. I think when they posted it, they were hoping to receive sympathy and praise, but instead they got criticism and mockery. Basically, their clip goes viral on Twitter where they accidentally frag themselves and then somehow blame it on the men in the lobby. And then once the clip was already viral, Asmongold would react to it in a YouTube video. And then finding out that Asmongold reacted to the viral clip, this streamer would crash out. Now here's the backdrop of this situation. It involves our main protagonist here, a streamer by the name of Heavenly Peach, who I'm sure everyone watching at home has already heard of. And you might be surprised that she's on Twitter at all, because just back in December of last year, she said that Twitter sucks and that she was leaving the platform for many different reasons, including expressing her Trump derangement syndrome, and then said follow her on Blue Sky. And just like every other person doing this for virtue signaling points, guess where they came back to? Twitter. And they made many different tweets recently all around Counter-Strike, mainly trying to farm outrage and make themselves the victim when they make mistakes in the game. So they begin with this back on the 29th saying, how am I supposed to force myself to play CS when the game sucks and I'm addicted to RuneScape? And someone says, nobody's forcing you. And she says, basically, yeah, no kidding. Well, apparently she was very invested in playing the game. In fact, right after that, she would release this tweet with an accompanying clip where she says this: I just want to show you guys how draining it is to play Face It as a woman these days. Yes, I know these guys will likely be banned. Yes, I have reported them. No, you don't have to tag Darwin, but it's getting draining. This is over 50% of my games these days. Banning these people, these types of people, only goes so far. The reason I am tweeting this is because I just want to ask the decent guys out there, please, if you see a girl being harassed like this in your Face It lobbies, please say something. It won't always stop them, but it made me feel a little better knowing that at least one of the guys on the team also realized how effed up this type of behavior is. And this is the clip that she is referring to.
He's on the right side. Get in there and kill him. You just naded yourself.
Dude, can you shut the f up when I'm trying to clutch, please?
Hey, you dumb bitch! I'm trying to clutch up, low-key, trying to throw a grenade at my own feet. Now I'm embarrassed, so all I can do is lash out because Daddy never told me no.
God damn!
Bro, why? I just want one good game.
So basically, in a nutshell, this is what happened. She fragged herself in Counter-Strike, and then her lobby mocked her. Like, is that surprising? Is that experience something she wouldn't have expected? That is Counter-Strike. In any other game that has some sort of a voice chat lobby, that's the way it is. If you don't like it, mute the people in your lobby, or, here's an idea, don't play the game. It seems like this individual has quite the contempt for Counter-Strike and the lobbies as well. Just don't play. It's really as simple as that, but she was far from done. This post would go viral, as you can see, getting 16 million views. And she would make a lot of responses, including this follow-up reply saying, please stop DMing me to game in myself over a tweet. Of course, that is not the right thing to say, but she continues on saying, and for those of you saying it's not that bad, I assure you, the rest of the game, they said plenty of other things, racist, transphobic, slurs, etc. to get banned, lol. This clip was on round 4. Use some critical thinking. Muting this now. Yeah. The passive-aggressive energy right here is very noticeable, and also anyone who says they're muting a tweet, they are doing the exact opposite, right? They are paying attention very closely, okay? They're trying to act like they're too big to care. Anyone who doesn't care about a situation would never have to tell you how much they don't care, okay? Anyone saying they're muting a tweet, they are checking their notifications every 2 seconds, but she would mute the replies and limit anyone who could respond. And on top of that, this part right here about all this other stuff going on where she says there's racist, transphobic, and other bigoted language going on here, but she wouldn't actually provide any examples of that. Like, okay, Jussie Smollett. Yeah, what else did they say after that? This is MAGA country. Like, what are you talking about? Like, sure, whatever. And also, again, welcome to Counter-Strike. Again, you might not like that sort of energy, but that's what you should expect. It is what it is, you know? But she would make another reply, sharing another clip where she admits she got cooked.
That one round where you dated yourself and then blamed us. Sorry about that.
And then you had enough self-importance to think that anyone gives a about your opinion. And then you think that you can get our accounts, man, because you know Gabe and you're PMing him right now, feet pics.
Gaben's my best friend.
Wait till I get a hold of Valve. You're on stream to 12 viewers, and they all fucking buy my feet pics.
Purple, your insecurities after those two options.
Yellow, shut your mouth. Yellow, shut the f up. You're a solo queue. You're 2 and 7. You're 2 and 7.
Bro, your buddy is 8 and 4. What do you mean?
You're 8 and 4. What do you mean? I'm talking, dumbass. Open up your fucking ears.
A man's talking. Be quiet, you fat bitch.
Be quiet.
Dye your
A
hair
white
and
man
get your
playing
dad might
over.
love you. Keep dyeing your hair and getting more piercings. Your father may care for you, brother.
Okay, he's kind of cooking me.
I mean, even she recognizes what they're saying, but anyways, let's continue on with a quote she would make to the original post after it went viral. In quotes, she would say this, "Why don't you mute? It's so easy to mute," end quote. And she said, "If you are saying that, you are not only effing stupid, you are a part of the problem and completely missing the points." So she thinks very highly of herself, and anyone who disagrees with her is an idiot, a moron, what have you. She's obviously seething about the negative attention she got from this post going viral. I think she expected sympathy and praise, and instead she got criticism and mockery. And she knows how to fix this problem, okay? She acknowledges she could just mute. The mute button is there. It's right in her face, but she refuses to use it because she wants to be the victim. That is what she's trying to do with clips like this. And when this failed, a second stab at this, she would try to go for more sympathy points, saying, "Thank you all for the kind messages. Sorry if I didn't reply, but I really appreciate it more than you know." Taking a little time away from socials/stream. This is on the 30th, by the way, and then poor Vincent here, dude. Stop wasting your time, man. Like, I'm telling you, red flags everywhere. Stop wasting your time, bro. But this is when things took a turn for the worst, or the worst for her, at least. Asmongold would enter the fray, and he would do so with a clip uploaded to his second channel titled "Nothing is Sacred Anymore," where he reacts to the same clip we watched at the beginning of the video and gives a very predictable and expected response.
Counter-Strike isn't for girls. This is a game for toxic, balding men. You are culturally appropriating. You're culturally appropriating Counter-Strike. That's what's going on. Oh my god. This is some very, very light trash talk. How draining it is to play as a woman these days. It's because you were losing. Look, look. Boop. Boop.
He's on the right side.
Bop.
Get in there.
And you think that they're mad at you because you're a woman? What is this, a fucking ISIS application? So you got called a dumb bitch. Like, this is a gender-neutral term. I'm not being mean. I suck at Counter-Strike too. I am garbage at the game. So when I throw a grenade and blow myself up and my teammates call me a stupid bitch, I'm like, yeah, guys, I'm sorry. I'm 35.
And balding.
Now understand that when Asmongold reacted to that clip, it was already viral. Right, it already had tens of millions of views, it had a lot of attention, but just like other examples of clips going viral, Asmongold reacted after the fact, and despite the clip already hosting a lot of negative reactions, Asmongold doing anything to it, he gets blamed for all of it. Even though he came in late, he's blamed for the entire wave of negativity. We've seen this happen time and time again, and she would immediately respond. Now, this is the funniest screenshot of the whole video. So on the 30th, she says she's taking time away from social media and streaming. And then on the 31st, one day later, she comes back to say this. "Obviously, I've been a mess for the last 48 hours, but trying to explain to my mother why a man with roaches crawling all over him was able to send thousands of people to harass me is the funniest thing that's ever happened to me." Yeah, you're totally thriving right now. You're definitely having a good time, a good laugh. And again, she said she was taking a break from social media and came back in 24 hours. Many such cases, by the way, but people like this, they thrive on the attention. And right after this post, the very next day, she would make a lengthy response to basically the entire situation, but she would single out Asmongold in particular, who again reacted to everything after it already went viral. But she says this: I've been thinking for a few days whether or not to post this because it feels a little pointless. Unfortunately, that tweet ended up on the wrong side of Twitter, clearly. I understand what I'm about to say will fall on deaf ears and most likely will not be seen by all 11 million people who saw my previous post, but I think I owe it to myself to defend myself. I have played thousands of matches of Counter-Strike, thousands, over 1,000 on FACEIT alone. The clip I posted was nowhere near the worst things I have heard in lobbies. The clip didn't even showcase the worst things they said in that game. I have heard worse directed at women, at people of color, at my streamer friends. I have heard it all. The point of the clip was not to call out this specific instance as being the worst thing ever said to me on the internet, but rather how quickly an average lobby goes 0 to 100 on FACEIT if I so much as make one single mistake, or even sometimes after the first word out of my mouth in warm-up. If you can't understand that, the tweet wasn't meant for you. After this game, I didn't end stream. I didn't send anyone to harass these people or report them. I kept it moving. I tried to bring the vibes back and played with some friends. For those of you saying women are too weak and shouldn't be allowed in the game, you are effing brain dead. You saw a 30-second clip and ran with 10,000 assumptions about how you think I handled the situation. Clearly, if I had known 11 million people were going to see that tweets, I would have provided better context. But I didn't, and it's too late. People didn't even bother to open the original thread where the other worst clip was. So I don't know what you guys are expecting me to do. To any content creators / women in the CS space, learn from my mistakes so you don't have to experience thousands of people threatening to R-word and kill you over a 30-second Counter-Strike clip. And here's the Asmongold portion. A special FU to Asmongold for using his influence to send hate to smaller creators in the space. I'll be laughing when karma catches up to you one day. What did she mean by that? What do you mean when karma catches up to you one day? Is that a threat, or is that like hoping for something really bad to happen to him? Yeah, I think we all know what she's going for, but of course, she's using the shield of being a small content creator because, as I've experienced, apparently people like to use this as a shield. If you criticize them and they're any bit smaller than you on social media, they say, hey, you can't criticize me, you can't talk about me, even though I'm already viral for something because you're punching down. Well, dude, I think everyone's like open season, whether you're bigger, smaller, whatever. If you say something on the internet, like you should be like expecting people to talk about you. That's just how it works. If you don't want people to talk about you on the internet, then don't be on the internet and don't say things publicly. It's really that simple. But she finishes up by saying, petty side note to all you F-heads who keep flaming me for being bad and that I deserve it. The dudes were dead with 1 kill on the board while I had 5 and literally commed incorrectly, which led to my death. So before all of you dumbasses who have never loaded up CS but think you know everything because you played Call of Duty when you were 12 years old, shut the F up. My duo, also female, top fragged, and this bot effer dropped like 10 kills total. Go F yourselves. Of course, once again, limiting the replies, crashing out entirely over, well, I guess everyone, because no one's really on her side except for sycophants and simps. And, well, this shows that, yep, definitely got under her skin, despite the fact that she's acting like this whole situation is very funny. Now, enter Madam Savvy again. She's popping up everywhere, but she was basically making fun of one of the related tweets. And then J Viper says, in quotes, I was bad at a game and threatened to get the mean boys banned when they laughed. Then the internet told me I'm a loser when I cried to them about it and posted my 2-7 game where I naded my own feet. This is harassment, end quote. And then Peach would somehow find this and then post this random stat line from a different game, I guess, where she went, let's see, 20 kills, 17 deaths, a 1.18 kill-death ratio. Okay. Is that the best you got? This is, what... Well, I guess all of this is settled then. She's a pro gamer because she has a just over 1 kill-death ratio in a random game, a random stat line that has nothing to do with anything involving the viral clip, but I guess she really showed us. But eventually, there was this deleted tweet. I have no idea what it was. It probably wasn't good, made by Peach, where Savvy says, "You dumb hoes make up situations. Just know, all y'all are the type I spawn camp and game control just to upset. It's usually not men making your game experience difficult. It's women like me, tired of women like y'all." Where Peach says, "Women should be supporting each other, not tearing each other down." Well, wouldn't you know about that? So a different female streamer says CS is known to be toxic, and this has nothing to do with you being a girl. You literally did a bad play, and they called you out on it. A very truthful statement. And eventually Peach says, "Yeah, at one point they told me something about figuring how to boil water, and when I didn't reply, he said, 'That's a woman joke,' so I guess he also just not funny, plus lots of slurs and telling me he hopes my followers dogs get R-worded but go off queen." Yeah, that passive-aggressive go-off queen, because a woman dared to criticize you, so you're like lumping them in with these supposedly toxic men saying things that, of course, she's just claiming at this point. But there's another funny angle to this. So after Asmongold made his reaction and then Peach got upset about that, enter Alyssa Mercante. I'm surprised this woman is still around. I haven't thought about her in a very long time, but apparently she's still doing stuff. We're on Blue Sky of all places. She basically made a post saying she's looking to chat with people who have been disparagingly featured in Asmongold's content, and you can contact her in privates or publicly. And of course you can see Smash JT tweeting about this, which is really funny because, you know, the only reason anyone's thinking about her anymore is because, well, she's in this lawsuit with Smash JT, and that's still going to be going on for quite some time. Clearly it's not going well, and also it's ironic that someone who is suing someone else largely because of cyberbullying, or what they think is cyberbullying, basically their entire online presence is cyberbullying and trying to tear down other people, which is very ironic. But look at some of the responses. "Hi, Alyssa. I once talked crap in chat and got called out by Asmon, who proceeded to pull up my chat logs and then called me a R-word. The experience was so traumatic that I dropped out of school, and now I work in a low-paying fast food job. Had Asmon not disparagingly featured me, I believe I would have become a successful neuroscientist. Please reach out so I can share my story. Just don't share my chat logs in your coverage." You know what? It's so funny, but given the current state of the internet, there's a bit of me that believes this might be real. But let's move on to the most controversial tweet. Peach attacking Chick-fil-A, which is, I mean, forget everything else, right? This is the most heinous tweets this person has ever made. Even taking the smallest jab at Chick-fil-A is a cardinal sin, unforgivable. That is an S-tier fast food joint. I will not hear otherwise. But anyways, that's going to do it for this video. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.